Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about like what are the hardest parts about working for a structural firm or in general for an engineering firm. I think the first one is has to be deadlines. I know in school we usually have deadlines for homework and stuff like that, and I mean it's similar to what you have in school. The difference is that here is for real, and it can cost you your job. Like if you miss a deadline or if you miss something, or you're just lazy and don't finish your work, you can get fired for that. And if you miss a deadline, it's not only your job and your work that is going to be compromised, it's also the whole project that can be compromised. So that is something that for me is always been very present and that I have always had, like, I have always stressed out about that. Basically, time is very important and you have to meet all your deadlines. And the stress is very different, like, from school. So that's a very hard part from working in a special firm. Another one is that sometimes you just don't know so many stuff. They ask you to design some things that you have never designed before, so you need to do a lot of reading, a lot of research. That's not necessarily hard itself. That's actually pretty fun and interesting. The problem is when you have a deadline. That's when it becomes very stressful. You just need to get it done, and you don't know how to do some stuff, so you start reading and cramming and cramming. Besides that, I mean, working in a structural firm is pretty good depending on what type of firm you're at. As long as your boss is not an asshole or anything like that, you should be fine. Usually, you have to work a lot when you are close to a deadline, and you always have to be reading, to be learning new stuff, to keep up with the newest codes and stuff like that. Working at a structural firm is as hard as working on any other engineering firm. It just depends on the amount of work and how good you are at managing your time and learning. If you can do all that correctly, you should be fine. But you do need to know that you will need to know your craft. Like you need to know what you're doing, and if you don't know it, you need to research or ask somebody to help you because you are designing buildings for people to live, for people to use. You cannot be messing up. That's probably the most important part and the hardest part for working for a structural firm. That people's lives are in your hands. Even if it's something simple like designing a joint, designing a beam, designing some connection. If you mess it up, you can hurt somebody. So that is something that you have to always have present. And I mean, if you don't feel you can do that or you cannot deal with that stress, maybe being a structural engineer or being an engineer is not for you. That's probably the hardest part. The hardest part. I cannot think of anything else, but I mean, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and comment. Thank you guys.